one of the things that's important to recognize now is something called the trilemma, and that is exchange rates, trade, and monetary aggregates, which determine interest rates, are all interconnected. And this is really strong empirical evidence behind this. So you can't just say, I'm going to put tariffs on without accounting for the impact on your foreign exchange rates, for example. And the loss in one, it's a great big balloon. You push on one side, something else has to give. And so strong dollar, weak dollar, do you want one or the other? Well, it depends if you're exporting or importing, but you can't have both. And you can't, partially say, well, when we're importing, we want a really strong dollar, and when we're exporting, we want a really weak dollar. It doesn't work that way. So I think this idea that you're going to somehow re-equilibrate or punish somebody by shooting yourself in the foot, that, again, you hear my not even subtle criticisms of the whole idea of tariffs to begin with. I don't think any of this is going to be very permanent because it seems to all be a show so far, and eventually markets do win. It's like trying to keep water uphill by sweeping it all the time. Eventually markets are going to be stronger, and eventually trade reorganizes itself. You put a tariff on China, you sew the last button on in Vietnam, and now shirts come from Vietnam. And I use that example because it's kind of true. All the clothing that you now see made in Vietnam generally started in China and had some last operation done. So those kinds of reroutings, because there are hundreds of millions of possibilities for rerouting, not just 185 countries worth with some, chart of stated accounts. So I think that is important to recognize, is that whatever we're doing is very disruptive, won't outlast market incentives, and in the meantime is counterproductive to standards of living.